through the TV or the radio.
Young people being stuck and being vulnerable. Then through the other programs, the Myoga, the PDM, the families should be able to get income and have the children not so desperate, trying to sell themselves in order to solve the problem of livelihood. Then the second cluster of measures was that in case, for those who already have the virus, then the good thing is that now you can live for a long time, taking the ARVs, provided you take them properly. And then the women who are pregnant, they take the other one which stops mother-to-child transmission. And in that way, it will reduce transmission, but also prolong the life. But you must take the drugs as directed by the medical people. But one of the points I wanted to clarify was to remove the idea that if you are taking ARVs, you can live a totally full life, like the one who is healthy. According to what we have observed in the army, and these doctors confirmed it, that's not the case. When you expose the body to rigorous exercises in the army, I have seen a number of cases where people break down. I don't know whether these new medicines have addressed that, but we lost quite a number of commanders when they went into battle. While they appeared to be all right, but when they went into this hard army life, field life, their systems broke down. So therefore, really to get full value of your full potential of your life, avoid this kauka. That is my message.
Moving on from what the President said about HIV and AIDS, Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja is representing His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni at the COP 28 summit that is taking place in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. The summit that officially started today was opened by His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of the United Arab Emirates. The summit has been attended by several heads of state and government representatives. In his communication, King Charles noted that high rate of carbon emission, now standing at 30%, calling for immediate action to avert the likely disasters. Prime Minister of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, underscored the need by the world leaders to appreciate the need to have long-lasting solutions in protecting the environment.
يرجى من بطاقات اللون البرتقالي التوجه إلى منصات الصورة العائلية.
We have placed the transformation of food system at the center of our climate strategy. And of course, we want to work in the same direction with all our partners in boosting sustainable food production.
To be able to do that, we need to do what we are doing here, is try to make the world understand that the agri-food systems is not just assuring the right to food, which is central for our core and our well-being.
As government of Uganda, we agreed that we need to act and act now. Because as you are aware that some of our people, because of the population pressure, have settled in areas where they are not supposed to settle. And so, as a country, that's why we are here. We are saying enough is what? Enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, in your hands is an unmissable opportunity to keep our common hope alive. I can only urge you to meet it with ambition, imagination, and a true sense of the emergency we face, and together with a commitment to the practical action upon which our shared future depends. And we need to remember, too, that the indigenous worldview teaches us that we are all connected, not only as human beings, but with all living things and all that sustains life.
In more stories, leaders in Karamoja have asked the Ministry of Public Service and the District Service Commission to take keen interest during recruitment. They say that many people who are sometimes recruited do not qualify for some fields, which frustrates service delivery. This was during the closure of the 2-day training of RDC's town clerks and principal human resource officers, among others.
District Service Commission is mandated with recruitment of the local government employees. Karamoja District Service Commission members have narrated the challenges they face while executing their duties, among which include political interference and poor qualifications, among others.
Low qualification and also divergent qualifications, which are not related to the position which is being applied for. You disqualify anyone, you don't shortlist because of that. They have a lot to talk about it. They say they have been rejected. I'm rejected because I had nothing to give them. And that's where sometimes they mention the name of corruption, even where there is no corruption.
The funding for the service commissions to appropriate their mandates are very irregular.
However, Karamoja leaders have faulted the District Service Commission for recruiting non-qualified personnel.
Ministries always send technical persons. So all these mistakes that happen sometimes happens just because of omissions or commissions of errors by members of the District Service Commission.
This was during the closure of the 2-day training for RDCs, COWs, town clerks and principal human resource officers, graced by the State Minister for Public Service, Mary Grace Mugasa, in Moroto Municipality.
On the area, this 2-day workshop.
AMDAT District Chairperson Joseph Lobot Nangole cited incidents where a planner was recruited by District Service Commission without any qualification in relation to the field.
In my district, error in recruiting a planner who did not study population studies, statistics, did not study economics, but studied financial management. And by the time council came in to identify the gap, it was termed as political interference.
Other issues included understaffing. Minister Mugasa pleaded to take up their issues. She further clarified on the issue of nomination of the service commissions.
Artists, we are giving themselves science skill, so we have to streamline that. That's why we have collaborated with Ministry of Finance to have human resource audit, which is done, and people were validated. Now we are waiting for the report. That report will help us to streamline our human resource by name, by category, by scale, by salary.
Mugasa says there is a policy on change of the public finance management law to enable local government operate efficiently.
To have policy change and make sure these local governments, otherwise they will not be effective.
I'm Nafka Farida and Moriniga.
Minister of State for Lands Dr. Sam Mayanja has ordered Luweero RDC Richard Bwabye and Presidential Advisor General Duties Fiona Barungi to issue an arrest warrant for Magistrate Mary Babirye, businessman Chigaba Kenya Edismasi, and a transfer of the security team in Luweero led by the Luweero DPC Ojukuna John. Dr. Mayanja was speaking at a meeting held at Zimbabwe Sub-County headquarters where residents accused Luweero DPC Ojukuna John and Magistrate Mary Babirye of involvement in land scams.
Residents of Babonaika County in Luwero District attended the Bazara meeting at Zero Bay Sub-County headquarters in Babonaika, where they discussed land-related issues. Residents, including Awan Kamia Bukenya, accused Luwero DPC Ojokuna John and intelligence officer Land Desk Awan Mugalula of allegedly stealing his chibanja, cutting down his coffee plantations, and imprisoning him.
Najja ku kibanja kyange awali amaka gange, najja ne Obo Christine n'abasirikale nga batumiddwa DPC ne basibako amaka gange Sengenge era ndi mu Sengenge. Emwanyi zange ekakumi zonna baazitema. Naliyo kwosajjo nga bagisibidde mu Sengenge n'ebintu nga bitemeddwa.
Various residents accused Magistrate Mary Babirie and Chibaga Bukenya Erismas of alleged torture, arrest, and taking away their parcels of land using security operatives.
Tugirayo ebiso n'ebijambiya ne batukoba emisinde n'agamba buli mutwe gwe mukwatako nga guzze mu ttaka lino ngugabako emitwalo 10.
Minister of State for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, ordered RDC Bwabe Richard to arrest Magistrate Mary Babirie and Kibaga Bukenya Erismas for trespassing on people's properties, destroying people's food, coffee plantations, and others.
There's this judge or registrar called Mary Birungi, who is terrorizing people. I've directed that she be arrested, charged, and prosecuted. Nobody is above the law. That fellow Kagweba who is harassing almost everybody. And everybody, it is common knowledge, and is not touched. They even call him president of Luwero. I've ordered that a warrant of arrest be taken out, he be arrested and charged.
The minister ordered Presidential Advisor, General Duties, Fiona Barungi, to report Luwero security team led by DPC Luwero Ojokuna John to the respective office to be transferred to another place.
There's one who went and faced off somebody's chibanja. A DPC, he has said it here, and I sought clarification. I said, this one is new. Do you mean the old? Said, you know, that one seated there. Now I don't know the details of the others. So let us clean it. After all, they are civil servants. They can serve in any part of Uganda.
RDC Luwero, Biabwe Ntulume, has vowed to keep a keen eye to those who use their offices to torture and grab people's properties.
Directive I'm going to implement straight away without debate. Yes.
We are happy today as the ONC we have organized a meeting with the landlords and all the community members to solve some of the problems which have been disturbing them, especially unsettlement of our members from the ground. This means that the NRM, if it goes like this, the increase of the support will be raised on a higher speed in our area, especially here the so-called Mecca Luwero.
Jamil Sekaja, Marshall Miro, UBC News.
Government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, has given 3.24 billion to 3 sub-regions in northern Uganda, including Acholi, Lango and Basnao. Representing the president at the handover ceremony that took place at Namalede National Mechanization Referral Center, Justice Minister Norbert Mao called on the people of Acholi to take advantage of the vacated land by Balalo for productive agriculture.
The job fair that kicked off on the 29th of November was to create a platform for the job seekers in the agricultural sector to find employment opportunities for their skills.
And part of this partnership is to hold job fair as a way of connecting the job seekers to the employers. So we have invited the employers here, we have the job seekers, but we also have those entrepreneurs who are already doing their business, and we're looking into how best
Different employers from the agricultural sector took part in the event.
Most of the employers who are here are more from the agricultural side. We have the Uganda Tea Association, Chagalanyi, Yuga Privi, and among many of them. So we have them here, and then we hope to have a similar set. But when you look at also in the side of the job seekers, we have more of those in the agricultural value chain.
Work skills, we do not train people, like we will not come here and say for us we're involved with you in the garden and then are teaching you how to dig and do horticulture and the rest of the things. But what we do is that we upskill. We know that you people have your skills, right? All of you have had you saying your employers, you trained here, your graduates here and there, but we test that you have achieved.
According to Innocent Bidong, the senior program manager at a VC foundation, the majority youth in Uganda are skilled with nowhere to practice their various skills, thus the need for creation of employment opportunities.
Uganda is one country where we have a useful population. About 60–70% of the population are youth, and having them employed is very important because it's a population that is very unstable. So having them employed helps them earn a living. It also helps them contribute to the economy of this country. So employment is one of the key areas that the government is grappling with.
The two-day event was themed Sustainable Agribusiness Practices for a Greener Future. Mariana Wari and Robert Katamba for UBC.
The chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Health, Dr. Charles Ayume, has expressed concern over the increasing burden of occupational lung disease in the country. Dr. Ayume was addressing the second Lung Science and Health Symposium organized by Makerere University Lung Institute. Now, the symposium was under the theme Occupational Lung Health, Protecting Our Lungs While We Work. Zahara Bigaba reports.
The burden of occupational lung disease is on increase due to the rapid urbanization, industrialization and general deterioration of air quality. It is against this backdrop that the Makerere University Lung Institute organized the second Lung Science and Health Symposium to create awareness about the burden. In lieu of this, the chairperson, Parliamentary Committee on Health, Dr. Charles Ayume, is calling for collective responsibility to tackle the problem.
Maybe in the first quarter of 2024, can we have this similar presentation to the Parliamentary Committee on Health and other committees that speak to One Health, that is agriculture and so forth? Because lung diseases, you look at people work in the abattoirs, no PPE. People work in cattle markets, you know. Cows are sneezing. You know there's bovine influenza. Cows are sneezing, people are there, people are on those trucks. You're inhaling in all those pathogens that are coming out of those cows. So this conversation should go beyond the boardroom.
It was very important. It was only after COVID that you could even not get oxygen. So when you move around and you are breathing normally, you don't realize what would happen if you could not breathe well. And therefore we need to make sure the lives of every Ugandan, the life of every Ugandan is able to breathe well and healthy.
The director, Lung Institute, Dr. Bruce Kirenga, revealed that by 2030, respiratory diseases will account for 20% of deaths worldwide, including Uganda, if preventive and early diagnostic measures are not put in place.
You now see lung cancer almost #1 and this lung fibrosis. So, and the people tell you, like the case presented, just working in a wheat factory. But there are people working in more serious things. When you looked at their lungs, young men, 26, 32, the whole lung is stiff.
According to the annual Health Sector Performance Report 2022-2023 by the Ministry of Health, lung conditions account for 20% of the outpatient attendance in health facilities, translating to 9 million clinic visits annually. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Men have been advised to not be intimidated by successful women entrepreneurs, but rather support them to ensure sustainable economic growth of the country. This was communicated by Dr. Paulina Chiwangu, the UN Women Country Representative, during celebrations of the annual Women in Business Awards in Kampala District. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in a bid to celebrate and recognize women entrepreneurs who have contributed to the economic growth of the country, the Uganda Women in Business Leaders Association, UWIL, has yet organized its annual Women in Business Awards to recognize their efforts in doing business.
The members, the women, the entrepreneurs who have done so well, we took time to go through a process of nomination, which was done by the members and the women entrepreneurs. It was a process that was done with integrity.
The awarding ceremony was graced by the UN Women Country Representative, Dr. Paulina Chiwangu, who commended UWIL and the women entrepreneurs for the deserving work they do of wealth creation in the country.
Your dedication to fostering entrepreneurship, providing support, and creating network opportunities for women entrepreneurs has undoubtedly contributed to the economic growth of Uganda and the empowerment of countless women today. So let's hold each other's hands so that we climb the ladder together.
Chiwangu also advised the men not to be intimidated by the entrepreneurial success of their women, but rather support and mentor them in whatever they do.
As we are catching up and maybe leaving you behind somehow, don't demand that we hand everything to you. Ask us when we sit down together and discuss about what we have made for the benefit of the family. We know when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. So please don't be threatened by women empowerment.
Among others, the awards included Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, UWIL Rising Star, UWIL Honorary Award, and UWIL Involvement Award, where Dr. Jova Byarugaba scooped the overall Woman Entrepreneur of the Year for her efforts in bringing women entrepreneurs together.
It's okay to start small. It's only bad to remain small. Start wherever you are, don't despise humble beginnings.
Other winners of the annual Women in Business Awards had this to say.
I'm really happy about this award. It shows our commitment to doing what we are doing, and we just even feel empowered.
Pass it forward, encourage everyone, appreciate each and every one, no matter what their level is.
This comes after the 10th Annual Women in Business Leaders Conference 2023, where over 100 businesswomen shared ideas, most especially digitalizing their businesses. Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
And moving on from that, congratulations, by the way, to all the winners. National Water and Sewage Corporation has implored her customers to pay and clear their water bills to zero balance as a precursor for an uninterrupted water supply during the festive season. The call is a follow-up on the ongoing amnesty period, within which the corporation is encouraging all her customers with bills in arrears to clear them by the December 31st, 2023.
As the festive season draws closer, National Water and Sewerage Corporation has challenged her clients to settle all their outstanding bills, regardless of the amount, as a shield against the uncompromising stance on non-payment. The National Water MD, Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha, stresses the vital importance of promptly clearing bills to sustain their capacity to serve the public effectively.
The moment your bill is not zero, you are a candidate for disconnection. And that's the message which our esteemed customers need to know. This question of being disconnected and you ring the MD, how you are being disconnected for 5,000, for 10,000, will not work, because that 5,000 is needed. If you don't want to be disconnected, go on your mobile money, pay it.
In an unprecedented move, National Water had earlier introduced a one-month amnesty for clients with intentions of encouraging customers to voluntarily regularize their connections without penalties.
We received decimal response over this matter, what researchers call mundane response.
Even as the corporation has decided to extend this amnesty until 31st December 2023, the corporation's managing director says they are working in tandem with the Uganda Police to pinpoint and penalize those who choose to defy compliance, emphasizing the necessity of legal connections for the continued provision of services.
10% of our customers are on illegal connections, and they are there. We put amnesty, we receive decimal response, and this tells you the nature of some of our people. You have a problem, you don't want to declare it, you want to be discovered and sanctioned, penalized. So we want to request our esteemed customers to please take this amnesty offer to regularize their connections.
Meanwhile, National Water and Sewerage Corporation has extended its appreciation to all its clients, including government institutions, for the support through a chain of collaborations that have seen the institution receive a set of accolades.
Now, government through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has given 27 tractors worth 3.24 billion to three sub-regions, in northern Uganda, including Acholi, Lango and West Nile. Representing the president at the handover ceremony that took place at Namalele National Mechanization Referral Center, Justice Norbert Mao called on the people of Acholi to take advantage of the land that was vacated by the Balalo.
27 high-capacity tractor units plus 326 low-capacity tractor units have been given to 27 districts in 3 sub-regions of northern Uganda, including Acholi, Lango and West Nile, for promotion of agricultural production. Present at the handover ceremony at Namalele National Mechanization Referral Center were legislators from these sub-regions.
In the name of the President of the Republic of Uganda, yes, I hereby launch the distribution of these tractors. Yes. Let it grow.
The 27 high-capacity tractors cost government 3.24 billion, and the 326 low-capacity ones cost 8.5 billion, making it a total of 11.3 billion shillings. Justice Minister Norbert Mao represented the president at this handover, where he asked the people of Acholi to take advantage of the vacated land by Balalo for productive agriculture.
Now, when the Balalo leave, will our people go back to hunting anyiri, this edible rat, and the squirrels on the vast land? The answer lies in what Honorable Tumwebaze and the government chief whip has brought.
Mao also rallied the MPs of northern Uganda to intensify lobbying from the government.
To persist in demanding more from the government. This is our government. Maybe for many years, we were perceived as people not supporting the government, but we had our reason. So this is a necessary noise. So fellow northerners, let us reduce on the unnecessary noise and make necessary noise.
Government Chief Whip, also a Jure County legislator Den Samson Oboa, disclosed that this is an implementation of the 2021-2026 NRM manifesto, adding that these tractors will be used by everyone, regardless of political affiliation.
I wish to guide that being an implementation of the manifesto of the NRM, the ministers of state, resident district commissioners who represent the president in the district will preside over the functions in their respective districts. But we want to pray that as you organize the district launch, please ensure that your leaders, the members of parliament, are together with you for that particular launch.
The Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Frank Tumwebaze, urged beneficiaries of these tractors to use them effectively and efficiently.
If you are a cooperative, you collectively use a tractor.
If you're a large-scale commercial farmer, you are not an island on your own. You have outgrowers around you who sustain your aggregation center. So you maintain the tractor on their behalf. So that's our strategy. We target the smallholder through PDM, but we also come in, support the medium and large-scale farmers with tractors, with value chain equipment, with irrigation.
Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
A number of skilled young people in the agribusiness sector have benefited from a job fair organized by the Federation of Uganda Employers, intended to provide job opportunities to the skilled and employed majority youth in the country. During the two-day event organized at Kowa Vocational Training Center in Chileka, skilled youth in agriculture interacted with their possible future employers.
The job fair that kicked off on the 29th of November was to create a platform for the job seekers in the agricultural sector to find employment opportunities for their skills.
And part of this partnership is to hold job fair as a way of connecting the job seekers to the employers. So we have invited the employers here, we have the job seekers, but we also have those entrepreneurs who are already doing their business and we're looking into how best.
Different employers from the agricultural sector took part in the event.
Most of the employers who are here are more from the agricultural side. We have the Uganda Tea Association, Chagalanyi, Yuga Privi, and among many of them. So we have them here, and then we hope to have a similar set. But when you look at also in the side of the job seekers, we have more of those in the agricultural value chain.
What skills? We do not train people, like we will not come here and say for us we're involved with you in the garden and then are teaching you how to dig and do horticulture and the rest of the things. But what we do is that we upskill. We know that you people have your skills, right? All of you have had you saying your employers, you trained here, your graduates here and there, but we test that you have achieved.
According to Innocent Bidong, the senior program manager at a VC foundation, the majority youth in Uganda are skilled with nowhere to practice their various skills, thus the need for creation of employment opportunities.
Uganda is one country where we have a useful population. About 60–70% of the population are youth, and having them employed is very important because it's a population that is very unstable. So having them employed helps them earn a living. It also helps them contribute to the economy of this country. So employment is one of the key areas that the government is grappling with.
The two-day event was themed Sustainable Agribusiness Practices for a Greener Future. Mariana Wari and Robert Katamba for UBC.
Low market for Ugandan products on world market has been attributed to poor post-harvest, hence causing aflatoxins in Ugandan grains, resulting into losses by farmers. To cap this trend, the African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership AFAP has sensitized and trained farmers on post-harvest handling in Budaka district.
Recently, neighboring countries rejected Uganda's grain food, claiming that it has aflatoxin substance. To minimize on this challenge, the African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership, AFAP, has sensitized and trained farmers in Budaka district on good post-harvest handling. The country manager, AFAP Uganda, Joel Kakaire, says this sensitization follows an assessment that showed farmers were incurring losses.
When it comes to drying, it's drying on bare ground or is drying in a very poor state of a store. That means it's going to be affected by rats, and in the store That means you're losing every other day.
Kakaire adds that farmers have welcomed the trainings and over 10,000 have benefited.
And we've realized there has been an increase in yield, that is one, and then also an increase in the use of fertilizers across the country. Farmers are producing more of, they're getting more yields. They have equally learned how to apply.
Harriet Nabie from Grain Council of Uganda says poor handling during harvests has led to price fluctuation of Uganda's food on world market.
People are getting lower yields from their farms. So you know, when you put in so little, you don't put in much effort when you're planting. Even what you're going to get out will not give you much because your cost of production goes a bit higher. So you end up losing.
The chairperson of EDD Rice Farmer Cooperative Society has advised farmers to join groups to prevent them from selling products at low prices.
Nga cooperative EDD Rice okulima omuceere season emu tufuna tani zibitano nga cooperative tutunda wamu. Season B tufuna tani zibitano kakati mu mwaka omulamba.
Some farmers share skills acquired after such trainings.
We have learned how to manage some of these crops after the harvest. Then we have also learned how to handle the gardens before harvesting.
Nganze bwenfuna omuchere gwange bafu nga 2 ekemu.
AFAP distributed fertilizers to farmers through groups to help in boosting soil fertility.
Imagine carrying a pregnancy for 9 months only to give birth to a child perceived by some sections of society to be a curse, an outcast, or even abnormal. But also imagine supporting such a child in their status so they can become important to society. This is what the mother of Thomas Opio opted for her son, who became a teacher, breaking barriers to impart knowledge despite living with albinism. As the world commemorates the International Day of Persons Living with Disabilities on Sunday, what can society learn from this?
The person with albinism requires the government agencies like Uganda Pharmaceutical Industries and other local scientists to prioritize products such as the sunscreens, face balms, among others, which are currently imported and very expensive.
He belongs to a group of people whose life is soiled by theories.
If an albino dies and is buried, it disappears.
Bounded with misconceptions.
Where it is believed that when you sacrifice a person living with albinism, you can get wealth.
And stained by humiliation.
People with albinism are not abnormal.
Yet, the same group of people has proven capacity, witnessed by all, including those who think negative of them.
For the time we have been in this school, he has done us a good job.
To the extent that Thomas Opio has demonstrated this capacity over the years.
We are people who are normal, who are and understanding if given the opportunity.
In his life as a farmer or even a teacher, he puts God first in everything he does.
It gives me courage to come for prayers, for prayers, for prayers, for prayers, for prayers, for prayers.
It is the beginning of yet another day here at Kakoro Village, Kakoro Parish, in the rural sub-county of Kakoro, in Butebo District. Thomas Opio is preparing for a long week of work as he heads to Butaleja District. His best companion is his bicycle, a means of transport that facilitates his movement to school. On he embarks and off he rides. It is not easy, but he soldiers on, riding through Kakoro roundabout, connecting via Kerekerene sub-county in Budaka district. As light overpowers darkness, the 45-year-old takes a brief rest from the first quarter of his journey before hitting the road again. Sweating endlessly, he is more than determined. His place of abode, which is a few kilometers away from his school, is his first stop, from where he freshens up before heading to school. The school is St. Sepiriano Highland Primary School in Butareja district.
It is up to me to see that I move from home and get to school. And remember, I don't intend riding, but what is important is the little resources I have. Be quiet in class, wait for the teacher.
Thomas Opio is one teacher who is disproving stereotypes and inspiring his pupils every other day.
The budget is one's income and the expenditure.
Teacher Thomas Opio is a teacher of English and social studies.
His passion for teaching, which dates back 20 years ago, has earned him the esteem of an educator with a unique perspective that challenges stereotypes and promotes inclusivity.
He is a hard-working man, given the fact that he is an albino. That one does not make him to be different from us. So at school here, we assign him duties, we conduct ourselves without segregating him.
Facing the world with confidence.
Estimated.
And journeying through a not-so-easy professional terrain is what keeps him going.
The interest of the head teacher and the DO is to see me at what? At work. Once you are not seen at work, you are written on a letter of abscondment, which is bad. So I need to strive and see that though I have problems here and there, I'm to strive to see that I get to the place of work.
His recent posting to this school attracted a reception filled with astonishment.
It was my first time to work with an albino as my workmate. So when he arrived here, most of the learners became scared. They gathered around him, and even to some of us teachers, we were looking at him from a side.
Headmaster lugaja mu class gatwe yanjutiranga konyo tandiko kugumaguma huo banga nali simbonanga ho hamfana.
It took an official introduction from the headmaster for all fears to be allayed.
As time kept on, we as fellow teachers, we kept on getting used with him. Slowly up to now, we are now feeling free with him.
He received a warm welcome to this school from the teachers, the children. They were excited. More so from the side of children, they said they had received a teacher who is a Mzungu. We held an assembly and we introduced him as our new teacher who had just been deployed by the district.
And this is what Opio has been experiencing for over 20 years of his life as a teacher living with albinism. It is a genetic condition categorized by a lack of melanin, presenting unique and visual challenges. It is said to be an inherited condition that leads to someone having very light skin, hair, and eyes.
There is also stereotypes about the fact that albinism is contagious. We've seen that in schools, but albinism is not contagious. And what we need to do is to make sure that there's a lot of awareness.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki gy'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Prof Bio Research, winners of the Best East Africa Brand Award 2023, invites you for the 8th Great Sundowner Sentes Mera Committee from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, full week blast. Keynote trainer Omukenku Funyanzi Julius, Chuma Chiwagala Chuma. Topics include Pampers and Vermiculite soil fertilizers production, mechanized banana juice production and preservation, Ganoderma mushroom cultivation and castor plant cultivation, aloe vera gel and juice making and castor oil making, bathing and herbal soap production and matchbox making at Tukatorio Mall Hall Rooftop from 26 November to 2nd December 2023, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Entrance 100,000 shillings or book via mobile money on 0703 152 152. Buy a ticket at 100,000 shillings and get a free tray of saffron eggs, Ganoderma mushroom garden and a training certificate.
You're still watching UBC News tonight, and in our business stories, Mandela Millers, which is part of the larger Mandela group of companies, through its Supreme Flour brand, has partnered with several supermarkets around Kampala to ensure a worthy festive period. Take a look.
A promotion that will climax with lucky Ugandans winning themselves goodies has started at several supermarkets around Kampala. It is mothered by Mandela Millers Limited, which is a subsidiary of the Mandela Group of companies. Every customer who purchases any product, irrespective of quantity, receives a coupon to enter a draw whose winners will be known on 22nd December.
This festive season, we have a promotion called Win Your Bike Challenge. This challenge is just to give back to customers. Our esteemed customers who have been supporting us, we came with this idea where you buy any product of anything like water, Supreme, any item from Capital Shoppers, like Capital Shoppers in Accra where I am right now, Capital Shoppers in Tinda, Majid, Al-Fatoum, and all other supermarkets that you will see the promotion. You buy any item, not necessarily Supreme, and you enter the draw to win several products from Mandela Group.
The promotion is at 16 supermarkets, including Capital Shoppers, Standard Supermarket, Quality Supermarket, Majid Al-Fatoum, and S&S along Entebbe Road. The grand prize is a Supreme mountain bike, with others being free fuel, free auto service, Cafe Java's meal coupons, caps and t-shirts.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu, nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki ky'osobola okukola omukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Over 1,000 children with disabilities in Uganda every 5 years have not had access to adequate education. And this has been basically due to lack of assistive devices to enable them get reasonable accommodation in schools. Mokisa Humanity and Inclusion Foundation is leading a campaign to fundraise for assistive devices for 500 children with disabilities to get in school in the year 2024. Join us to fundraise for braille machines, slates and styluses, white cane, braille paper, hearing aids, wheelchairs, audiobooks, book recorders, JAWS software, among others, on 10th December at Hotel Africana. Register your child with a disability by calling us on 0740 55 04 95 or 0783 91 11 14. Donations from well-wishers are also welcome. Entrance is 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 and a table goes for 1 million shillings. This is sponsored by UBC, Mokisa Inclusive Schools, Mokisa Nursery and Primary School, Herona Hospital, Msafiri Tours and Malia Foundation.
From the sports scene, 20 Ugandan skateboarders are set to represent the country in Kenya this weekend. The youngsters were flagged off Friday evening at the National Council of Sports in Lugogo.
The Open Regional Speed Skating Championship is happening this weekend. 20 Ugandan skateboarders have been flagged off at the National Council of Sports ahead of their trip to Nairobi. The championship due on the 3rd December has attracted East African countries including Uganda, Tanzania and hosts Kenya.
I have a lot of confidence in you. Do you also have confidence in yourself? Yes. So go there ready to win. You are better than those children in Kenya. Did you know that? Yes. You are better than them. Just go and work hard, okay? Yes. Go and just know that I am winning. I'm taking this gold medal home. Last year when you went to Kenya, you participated very well. You brought home 3 medals, which was very good for Uganda.
There will be barely no time to rest as the Ugandan youngsters will turn their focus to the East Africa Skateboarding Championship set for the 10th of this month. Uganda Skateboarding Association looks at promoting the game not only in Kampala but equally other parts of the country with a main focus on schools. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
Uganda Secondary School Sports Association, in partnership with Uganda Sports Press Association, OSPA, launched the UNSA Excellence Awards that will help propel secondary school sports in the country.
The Uganda Secondary School Sports Association, USSA, in conjunction with the Uganda Sports Press Association, USPA, launched the USSA Excellence Awards with the aim to encourage a competitive atmosphere for secondary school sports in Uganda. Both parties hope to not only solve the issues at secondary school sports level, but also propel its growth in the country.
Let's just develop the sport. As you have been told by the President, we are emphasizing multiple sports, we are emphasizing mass sports, we are emphasizing sports for all, we are emphasizing inclusive sports for the development of the whole sports subsector in our country.
The inaugural USSA Excellency Awards will happen at the end of every year to celebrate the best athletes of different age categories, coaches and schools. This year's awards will happen on the 15th of December at Imperial Royal Hotel.
Awards are meaning about thank you. We want to thank those who have done very well. We want to appreciate them. And also in appreciating them, encourage others to work harder. And then the total result will be better. Improve the sports, improve the talent identification and development.
The Uganda Sports Secondary Schools Association started in 1982, by then known as the Kampala Post Schools Association, before the year 2002. The association now has 18 disciplines and moves on the motto for school sports for better. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight. My name is Sharon Chondishan from the team, and I have a lovely night and a great weekend ahead of you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning on UBC. UBC, my name is Kutesa Milu with your weather update. We are still having thunder showers dominating most parts of the country, by mainly the southern sector of our country and across Lake Shore. Seeing the satellite picture, we are having the rainbow still over our country, but mainly the southern sector of our country in combination with the Lake Victoria. In fact, bring us those moist winds, hence bring us the rainfall that we're having lately. Nevertheless, we are having dry conditions dominating most parts of the northern sector, but mainly the Karamoja regions. This is due to the Sahara Desert blowing in the dry winds towards our country, especially the north, hence bring us the dry conditions we're experiencing that side of the Karamoja regions. Tomorrow morning, we expect to wake up with thunder showers across the capital city Kampala and some rains across Masaka, but the rest of the areas across the central is expected to wake up to a bright sunny day. The eastern sector, we are having light rains coming up in the morning hours across Jinja and Toro, but so too will have sunny conditions. The western stretch is expected to wake up to a bright sunny day, and northern sector of our country is also expected to wake up to a bright sunny day. Afternoon hours, we are having a pickup of light showers across parts of Mubende and parts of Nakasongola at maximum 30 degrees Celsius across Nakasongola, 27 across Mubende, across Kampala and Masaka, with sunny conditions at a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius. The eastern part is expected to have a pickup still of rains across Jinja and Toro areas at a maximum 28 degrees Celsius, but so to continue with sunny conditions at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. The western stretch, they are expecting a pickup of light rains across that side at a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius across Kasese, Mbarara and Kabale, with light rains, and Masindi at a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius across Masindi and Kabale, with the lowest of 23 degrees Celsius. The northern sector will continue with sunny intervals at a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius, apart from Lila, where we are seeing light showers at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. Is moving out of Uganda toward the few cities across the globe. We are forecasting light rains across the neighborhood of Nairobi at a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius, and sunny conditions across Cairo, Dubai with sunny intervals at a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius, and London with coldness and cloudy conditions at a maximum of 1 degrees Celsius only. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Kutesa Milinga. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned.